Friday. It is Friday, right? How's it going for another Tesla Power Hour stream today? Hope everyone's doing well. Thanks for joining me on another Friday stream. Let me know in the chat if audio is coming in clear. I see a bunch of people in here. Sean, Digital, Dan, Johnny, how's it going? Our new retailer channel member. Shout out to you, Tom. Thank you for joining our channel membership. By the way, I am legally obligated to say this stream. I just checked if I was on mute. Legally obligated to say this stream is brought to you by the subscribe button. So hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Okay. Is my audio coming in fine? Is it clear? Am I too loud? Okay. Okay, Sean says audio is good. Great. Awesome. Richard, how's it going from SoCal? All right, folks. So we got a lot to talk about today. Grab a cup of coffee, grab some juju. I mean, I really brought it today, folks. I mean, I really went out and I overdid the juju because I think we need it for today. 7:31 sitting on Tesla as we sit here. And by the way, I have the chat box back up above my head now. So, oh yes, that's right. Let me know where you guys are tuning in from, city, state, country, whatever you guys want to share. Feel free to do that. Scott, how's it going? Hello, Juju Gang. Scott says connected via Starlink somewhere in rural Oregon. Welcome, my friend. A lot of Juju Gang members in today. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Syracuse, New York. Edmonton says hello. Hey, Lewis from Surrey. How's it going, Lewis? Switzerland, Missouri, from Dubai, now in Paris. Trinidad in the Caribbean. By the way, if you're watching on replay, throw that in the chat as well, or in the comments. North Texas, Germany, Johannesburg. How's it going, Paco? Seattle, Michael and Mimi, two Juju Gang awesome channel members. Shout out to you, West Coast of Sweden. Happy midsummer. I saw that. Thanks for sharing that in the general channel on Discord, Mimi. That was awesome. I hope you're not. I hope you're still coherent. You said you were going to have a fun time with a bunch of shots. So, Renee from Madison, Connecticut, I think. Germany, Denmark, San Diego, Sweden, Tampa. Long Island, New York, Santa Barbara, Sean. Dooseman, Wisconsin. Chandra, how's it going? Ooh, Pam, I'm going to try to pronounce this one. Utrecht. I'm sorry, I butchered that. Denmark. All right, I'm already eating juju. This one's for Tom for joining the channel membership. Shout out to you. Okay, let's talk about a lot of things. I see a question, incantations about leaps after the stock split. We'll talk about that towards the end. Or not towards the end, but in a little bit here. But let's just go through price action for the week. So this week's been pretty decent. I mean, since we kind of, I don't want to say bottomed out because I feel like that's probably a trigger word here. But from the 15th of June to today, we're up about 17% in about 6 trading days. So, I mean, 16%, not bad. If you look at the NASDAQ in that same kind of period of time is up as well. Let me just pull up how much. Well, this is the trend line I drew last week for the chat. But for the 16th till now, it's about up 8%, beta of 2. I guess that theoretically makes sense. Edward, thank you for joining. Edward's a member for 9 months now. Shout out to you, Edward. Appreciate that. Yeah, if you guys join Patreon or channel membership, it should pop up with some sort of Elon dancing gif or something like that. Let's see here. Hold on, where was the question? Okay, sorry, I got distracted. So the Nasdaq's up about 8-ish, 9-ish%. Tesla's up about, like I said, 16 or 17%. So beta of 2, that essentially makes sense. All in all. Now, I'm not doing victory laps by any stretch of the imagination, seeing us break over 700 and close. I think the level really where I'll start to take more notice into strength coming back into the market is at least 800. I mean, longer term speaking, of course, 1,000 is kind of the level to look at, that $1 trillion market cap. But 800, I mean, until we hit 800, I'm being a little bit more reserved in my in my not my happiness, but you guys know what I'm saying. Rob, thank you. You as well, my friend. Boyle says the 10% day was weird this week. That 10% day, Yeah, I mean, it was a lot of short covering happening. I remember making that video and people, and I think, didn't I go live on that evening? And then everyone's like, we're going to gap down tomorrow. We actually held pretty decently the next day as well. So, slowly but surely kind of getting there. We have a lot to talk about, especially with, I see options pulled up as a question here as well. So we're going to get to a bunch of things. Let me, oh, I'm right here. I'm back. Can you guys hear me? Sorry. I was talking to myself. Am I back? Okay, I said still no sound. Hold on. It should be back now. Let's take a look here. Yeah. So, okay, good. Audio's back. Okay. Like I said, Austin or Tesla shareholder meeting August 4th. I don't want to be a Debbie Downer. I don't want to be a party pooper with this. But if you're planning on going, let me know in the chat. But if you're flying into this, I don't necessarily think it's going to be too much of a fun event. Again, I don't want to be a Debbie Downer party pooper, but it's going to probably going to be kind of boring, unless there's other external events that you plan on going that are happening that week, which I'm not privy to. But August 4th, 4:30 Texas time, this event will be held in person. Of course, it'll be streamed online. I think what we'll do is what we did last year for the shareholder meeting. We did a Patreon and channel members Discord group voice call where we streamed the shareholder meeting, and all of us got together, listened to it, and we chatted afterwards as a community. So I think that's what we'll probably do for that. I don't think it's worth live streaming this. I mean, maybe not. I think we'll save that for AI Day too. So anyways, it'll happen on August 4th, 4:30, like I said. And they're doing a limited number of shareholders that are able to go. And then I think they're doing some sort of random lottery way that they're going to pick who gets to go. So everyone already knows what everyone's going to be voting on. And then, of course, there's that stock split type of, I guess, poll for people to want to watch this as well. And I mean, for all intents and purposes, I think this is going to get passed. I don't think we're going to have any issue with that. Mimi says, take the mute button away from Yashu. I was playing around with my settings today. And so when I switched to Chrome, I actually had my video off. And my video has my audio embedded in. Okay, second piece of news. Throw in the chat if you plan on buying enhanced autopilot or your opinion on enhanced autopilot. So if you don't know, yesterday, breaking news, Tesla has reintroduced enhanced autopilot in the US for $6,000. This is Sawyer tweeting. This will enable people to get some of the features that Tesla's 12K FSD package offers, but for less money, obviously for half the cost. Tesla removed this in early 2019 in favor for single full self-driving packages. And of course, you could buy it in app too. And for any Canadians wondering, it's about $6,400 to buy it outright here in Canada. So let me know what your opinions on enhanced autopilot is. So I'm kind of torn on one way. And I remember when enhanced autopilot was selling for $3,400, something like that. I think that was a lot more palatable. So enhanced autopilot is going to get you navigate on autopilot. Remember, that's essentially highway driving, exits, lane changes, of course, on the highway, auto park, summon, pulling your car in and out of the garage or a tight parking spot, and then smart summon. In theory, if you're coming out of Walmart or something, you can call your Tesla over and it'll drive over to you and pick you up, of course. So for all intents and purposes, all these features are feature complete. None of these are not working. I think if you do a lot of highway driving, this makes sense to buy enhanced autopilot over FSD for now, let's say. But again, the whole appeal of buying FSD is that one day it'll be a robotaxi, right? So I'm kind of torn. Back in the day, I remember when I kind of regret it not buying enhanced autopilot when it was like $3,600 or something a couple years ago, or not a couple years ago, even last year actually when it came out. But it is what it is. See what people say in the chat. Paul says the missus just ordered her Y with enhanced autopilot. 2Y household whenever that gets delivered. Congrats, Paul. That's awesome. Sean says rip off because autopilot is already too good. Enhanced for 6K just for lane changes too much. Essentially, lane changes, exits, right? Overpasses. So if you do a lot of highway driving, like a lot of big US cities, and you drive a lot on the highway, potentially that can make sense. It could potentially get you from on the highway to off the highway. Here in Vancouver, there's like no highway driving within city. Wolfgang says maybe I'll try it sometimes. Steven said I just put in my order for the Model 3 yesterday. Congrats, my friend. That's exciting. What's your ETA on that? Tanya says crazy FSD was $7,000 not that long ago. Yeah, honestly. But I tweeted this out last week. An FSD price upgrade must be coming soon. That's my guess. Boyle says if the stock goes to $1,200, maybe I'll get it then. Yeah, for sure. So I don't know. Of course, my thoughts are FSD is kind of what I mean. You guys know I don't have FSD on my car. I'm waiting for a subscription. I'm not bullish on robo taxis getting approved here anytime soon. Again, like I say, we just got Uber and Lyft here not that long ago. For robo taxis to come and get approved here, I'm not going to hold my breath for that to happen anytime soon here. Even if robo taxis or Tesla's FSD got fully released, feature complete level 5 tomorrow. So I don't know. I do like no highway driving. I would say I drive on the highway maybe once every other month, maybe once a month. So I don't see a need for me, but I do want auto park. I kind of wish they sold these features separately. What do you guys think? What if Tesla sold every one of these features? Let's say, okay, so there's 5 features here. Let's say $1,500 each. If you wanted auto park, pay $1,500. If you wanted summon or smart summon, pay $1,500. Auto lane change. I know people that swear by the auto lane change. So, can I drink margaritas and drive? No. Using FSD? No, not today. Not today. Do not recommend that. Timothy says Vancouver has no highways. Yeah, honestly, Vancouver does not. Yeah, Tesla needs to sell it separately. That's what I think. Sean says I've never used auto park. Is it any good? I think so. I mean, like if you do a lot of reverse style parking, if you have a tight garage, it can be nice. You know what I've actually seen? You can actually connect HomeLink into the car, and then from that, it can open the garage, park, and then close the garage as well. But from what I've read on Twitter, a lot of people don't know how to set up HomeLink properly. And so the parking job it does is like pretty bad. But you have to tweak your settings from what I've heard with Auto Park to really fine tune it. There's a way to do it. You just have to have some patience to get it to work well. But a lot of people discount Auto Park, I think, really fast because they don't tinker with the settings very much. Michael says Auto Park works great. Yeah. Mimi says you can drive a lot in Vancouver without being on the freeway. Yeah. I mean, it sounds so like obviously I'm a city boy. It sounds very city boyish of me, but yeah, I don't go on the highway unless I'm going to like North Van for a hike or something. Even to get to Burnaby there's no highway to get to Burnaby. You just drive there. So, okay, John, how's it going? So next, let's try to listen to CNBC talking about Tesla share price target cut to $1,200 from Morgan Stanley. Let's watch this video. Let's see what it's all about.
And welcome back to the halftime report. Tesla's price target cut to $1,200 from $1,300 by Morgan Stanley. The firm is trimming Q2 estimates on lower volume. Elon Musk actually just recently complaining about some supply chain issues. It is one of our calls of the day. Brenda, you recently bought it.
We did recently buy it for the first time, but I would say, Tesla's not immune from some of the supply chain issues that are really impacting companies inside and outside of the auto sector. But we think that this company continues to be really well positioned. We're expecting that they're going to be able to ramp production with our Austin and Berlin facilities ramping up. And this company has pricing power, and that's important in this environment. I think to stick with companies that have a great niche, a great moat, and that have pricing power. And we think Tesla has all of those. In this note, the price to target reduction was simply because of an adjustment to the risk-free rate. And I think we'll be seeing a lot of that as interest rates have risen. So I don't want to read anything into that. Still think the company is really well positioned here.
What? And if you, sorry, I was on mute again. God damn. If you in the beginning, what she said was that if you listened in the beginning, I know I'm the worst. If you heard in the beginning, she said this is the first time that they've actually bought Tesla. So what's interesting, I think, with the drawdowns that we've seen, 44.22% off of a yearly highs, all-time highs, is essentially all-time highs. It's given a lot of people entry points into the stock or into any other stock that they might have had high conviction on, but they just didn't feel like it was the right time. You know, when we were hitting all-time highs for every other stock last year on a consistent basis, I think a lot of people there was a lot more traders in the market then. People that didn't really feel like, okay, now's the time to DCA, now's the time to have long-term holds. Like a lot of people were a little bit gun shy to continue to DCA. But obviously with the drawdowns, you see, like, for example, Sandhill. I'm not sure if you guys have heard of Sandhill before, but it's, I haven't really, I mean, maybe I'm ignorant. I haven't heard of Sandhill research or analyst before, but I find it interesting that, like, we're going to start to see a new pool of institutional investorship into Tesla, into insert any big mega cap stock that I think we haven't seen before. And that's probably a good thing.
Here.
Pete, over to you. You have a few Tesla calls, right?
And yeah, I see someone asking, was S&P inclusion 690? Yeah, I think it was 695. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. I think it was 695 on the dot was S&P inclusion price.
Yeah, I did, and I no longer have those. But yes, we even had some buying just again the other day with the stock trading right around that 680 level, and then it took off to the upside well over 700. But, I think that's what we're seeing in Tesla right now. You see these just surges suddenly and then a pullback, and a lot of it could either be the commentary from Elon Musk himself or some of the news that gets out there. So I think that they will have some issues, obviously, a little bit of a slowdown on some of the volumes of delivery, but they're going to be able to make that up, I think, in the second half of the year. So I think this is definitely a solid. I understand why she's holding on to it. I like this name a lot, but when you get quick moves like we've had recently, I think you got to take those off because these markets right now are definitely trading markets. They make it very, very difficult for long-term holds.
It's funny. Is it just me, or like I feel like almost like the narrative has shifted on Tesla a little bit more than expected. Like we kind of saw that even at all-time highs, where all of a sudden a lot of people came out the woodwork and all of a sudden liked Tesla all of a sudden. But it's actually interesting now to see, even like as we've sold off, as we continue to sell off, everyone was crapping on Tesla. But now I feel like it's almost. I mean, maybe my sentiment meter is off here. Let me know what you guys think, but it almost feels like it's kind of turning back a little bit, despite downgrades, by the way, because this whole video is about the Morgan Stanley downgrade.
We're also looking at Disney, reiterated as a buy Bank of America target, though, cut to 122 from 140. What do you think?
Okay, forget about Disney. I don't actually care. Okay, so this is classic. This is a 4-minute, 50-second video. They title it "Tesla Price Target Cut to 1200." 2 minutes out of the 5 minutes was about Tesla, and then they move on to Disney. But they know if they put Tesla in the title, of course, it's going to get way more clicks here. 733 sitting on Tesla. Best Trader says, Yash, I think today the Russell Index Shuffle might be like S&P inclusion. We could hit 800. Well, Tesla's not. I mean, the Russells are for small caps, right? So let me look up the Russell. Hold on, the Russell balancing. Let me pull that up. When is that? See here. The calendar. Actually, I have the calendar bookmarked here somewhere. Remember, a lot of the reshuffling will happen closing cross, but I don't think it'll affect Tesla. Let me know in the comment why you think it'll affect Tesla. But interesting why you think it might hit 800. Digital says CNBC has been less and less negative on Tesla. Yeah, I mean, I found that as well. It's interesting. Oh, Gary Black posted it. Okay, let me look at it. Let me try to get some more context around this first. Let's see here. $800 by the end of the day would be a lot here. Hold on one sec. The Russell 3000. No. Okay, let me pull up Chrome. Okay. Pull it up. All right, let's see what they got. Let's see what Gary's got here. This is Dan Levy. Okay, let's read it out. So Gary says Tesla up, whatever, pre-market, equities rose, 10 years stable, crude's up. Tesla brought back enhanced autopilot. Yes, we know that. Russell rebalanced tonight after close, helps Tesla. See his previous tweet from yesterday. Okay, hold on. Okay, Gary says Tesla will benefit tomorrow. I guess I missed this. After the close from the annual Russell 1000 rebalancing, where weights of several growth names, Facebook, Netflix, PayPal, will decline as a percentage of the Russell 1000 growth index as some weights are reallocated up. And so those who can't see past the firewall, investors are positioned for a big reshuffling into the stock market Friday. The index provider FTSE Russell is due to rebalance its stock benchmarks at the closing of trading, adding and deleting companies from the indexes tied to $1 trillion worth of investments. Among is a bunch of companies, of course, Tesla. Tesla will replace Meta, as the 5th largest company in the Russell index, as many energy stocks star performers this year are being promoted to the 1,000 from the 2,000. Interesting. I missed this. The index producer says it uses a number of different metrics, including growth forecasts and historic sales, to determine whether stocks will fall or rise. The Russell 1000 is down 28% this year and headed towards its worst performance in the first half of any year since 2002. Wow. Okay, so it looks like there is some rebalancing here to be done. There's no major specifics here. Okay, hold on. The reshuffling means final minutes of Friday's session might be some of the most hectic of the year. Min Moon, head of index and Delta One strategy at JP Morgan Chase, estimates about 112 billion will change hands in the final moments of the day. Interesting. Thanks for pointing this out. The roughly 55 billion in the index itself, for example, holds Netflix, Facebook. Okay. Interesting. Anything Tesla specific? By the way, shout out to you, Gary, for posting and screenshotting this. Dude, that sucks. Facebook's out of there, hey? Okay. So, interesting. So if, using that, if you look at volume on the day, what is volume for the day? And where did my volume tab go? Hold on. Oh, it's right there. Volume's about 25.5 million for the day. We're up about 4%. Interesting. Okay, I guess stick to the end, folks. I guess it might be an interesting close here. Do you think this is a bull trap? Well, in this market, in a bear market, any rally that we see is going to be met with that kind of sentiment, I think. Yeah, it's definitely not a bad thing. Laurie, how's it going? John says, I bought more Meta yesterday. Shake my head. Well, actually, I think Meta's up today. Facebook's up today, like 6%. Yeah, Facebook's up big time. I don't know if you're trading that or not. Best Trader says, make sure no options open today. I would close my options. Yeah, after hours, you really don't know what's going to happen. Matt says, volume this week has been high, hasn't it? Well, let's check out volume for the week. It's about average. Volume for the week so far is 135 million. Last week was 173. Of course, we're not at the end of the week yet, and closing cross should be big considering this rebalance. I don't think the Russell, of course, is as big as the S&P inclusion, but that is interesting. Or I think the Russell brought Tuesday when we had the 11% run. Well, that's the thing is a lot of this will be front run, right? It's not like. So the best way to look at it is this: if they have to rebalance, and this is the way that we looked at S&P inclusion, if they have to rebalance Friday at close, traders people that are anticipating that buying will buy in anticipation to have that liquidity ready on Friday at close when they sell back to them. So rarely does the move ever happen at the close or in that last 15 minutes. Like you'll see maybe if there is discrepancy, you might see a back and forth action. You probably will see some volatile action. But you're right. That 10% update, that could have very well been a lot of the front running happening for that. As I missed that actually. My Twitter algorithm has not been great. AK no algorithm. Absolutely, Laurie. Exactly. Hunt says Gary Black is being a bit more contradictory about Tesla on Twitter lately. I guess you'd have to give me an example. I'm not sure. Okay, so let's pull up our next piece of news here. Enhanced autopilot we talked about. I don't want to say it's... Well, by the way, this will help profit margins. They might offset some losses for this quarter. But not massively so. Like I wouldn't bank on this saving the day, but it will help, of course, because it's almost 100% recognizable. Okay. So here's another piece of news here. Sawyer said, breaking Tesla about to begin deliveries of the Model Y long range built at Giga Texas. So this was interesting. Drive Tesla reporting in a bit of a surprising turn of events. It looks like Tesla has been running 2 production lines at Giga Texas and is preparing to begin deliveries of the Model Y long range. So apparently people are getting their VIN numbers and all that stuff, and everyone is thinking this actually might be the 4680s. So if this is the 4680s, it's interesting to see. And here's the VINs, here's the reservation holders. Unfortunately, there's no information to confirm if these were built in Texas. Will feature the 4680s inside of the structural battery pack, but it is unlikely considering we've received no information from Tesla planning to use the new cells. Here's my opinion on the cells. I don't think anyone cares. Outside of Tesla investors, outside of people that might be in the know with the batteries, I don't think the layperson cares about which. I don't think the layperson even knows what 2170 is, 4680 is. They just want their range and they want a good car. And I think, when is the last time you bought your iPhone and you were like, oh, which battery does this have? As long as the specs match, I think we live in kind of a bubble with respect to knowing all the stats. But I don't think average people care, to be honest. That's my opinion. And I don't think it should matter either. Thanks for subscribing, by the way, everyone. So that's kind of my thought around that. 2170, 4680, to the average grandpa that's buying a Tesla, average uncle that doesn't know about specs or specifics on Tesla manufacturing, I don't think they care. They just want to know how much range do I get and how fast does it charge maybe, and is the adapter the same? That's it. I think that's it. So I wouldn't read into this too much. Of course, this will matter for scaling and growth and margins for Tesla. Of course, that's why we care. But I don't think the average person really cares. And that's why I think, by the way, Tesla doesn't care to announce it. If it even were the 4680, I don't even think they would care to announce that. That's my opinion. Let me know if you guys disagree. Yeah, only investors, pretty much. Johnson says, as a car buyer, I'd probably rather have the batteries that have been proven, not the 4680s. Yeah, fair enough. There's definitely an argument. And I think that's why Tesla doesn't really care to say that, because that would just bring up more questions. When you're running a business, sometimes saying less is more, because when you say something, all you do is you create uncertainty, you create questions. It doesn't make any sense. And if you know the end result is the same for your consumer, and they're going to be as happy as before, if not happier, sometimes it's better not to say anything. Okay. So tip ranks. I wanted to talk about price target upgrades and downgrades. I'm just going to read a couple comments here. I will check the options in a hot second here. Paka says European buyers are quite educated. Yeah, but at the end of the day, I think if the specs are the same, who cares what the battery is? Gary says, doesn't pricing power equal ability to pay suppliers premium to leapfrog supply queues, pressuring those less able to pay to scavenge for their already waning margins? Absolutely. I think suppliers are already giving Tesla preferential treatment in terms of like net 30 terms and whatever net terms that they have, jumping on queues, all that sort of stuff. By the way, thanks for joining the Juice Gang. I see. Oh, there you are. Remember, for 8 months, is Super Chat broken? Wouldn't take mine. Really? Thanks for letting me know. I have no idea if it's broken. One sec. No, it should work. I don't know. Might be a. Not sure if you're in Canada, but sometimes I have that problem. But thank you. Thank you for hitting the like. Thank you, Paco. 108 likes. Maybe we can get up to 500 likes. By the way, I have to legally say this. Hit subscribe if you haven't already. Okay, so let's talk about price targets. Dan Levy yesterday reiterated his price target of $1,000. Adam Jonas reiterated his $1,200. Position is still a buy. And I pulled up his article. So this investor confident in Tesla stock after Morgan Stanley trims Q2 estimates. Here's why. So Morgan Stanley trimmed its second quarter estimates on Tesla, citing lower volume amid supply chain disruptions. We're expecting that they're going to be able to ramp production with Austin and Berlin facilities ramping up. Let's see here. Although she acknowledged that Tesla is not immune to supply chain problems, Viniello said Tesla is really well positioned compared to its peers. Stick with companies that have a great niche, a great moat, and have great pricing power. And we think Tesla has all of those. Viniello also told, I don't know why I'm saying it like that, told CNBC that she recently initiated a position on Tesla. That's, I think, who we were listening to. And so I found that interesting. And then, of course, Dan Levy yesterday. Credit Suisse cuts Tesla, sees Q2 deliveries before estimates. Dan Levy lowered the firm's price target on Tesla from $1,125 to $1,000, but he keeps an outperform rating on the shares. The analyst expects Tesla deliveries of 242,000, below the sell side consensus of 280, largely driven by Shanghai. Here's my thought, though, I think with the production. I don't think production numbers will matter this quarter unless Tesla really blows it out. I think if they slightly beat, even if they come under, I don't think the market cares too much. I think the market is essentially writing off this quarter as well. Dan Levy goes on to say he's expecting, where's the Bitcoin? In a Bitcoin impairment, a margin impact. So his estimate for earnings is $1.10 from 206, and the consensus of 208 at the moment. So we'll continue to see consensus come down, but he's at $1.10, which I don't think is that far off, to be honest. Yeah, Michael said I think the market's looking past Q2. I think so too. I don't get the sense this quarter, and maybe I'm totally completely off wrong on this, and let me know in the comments what you think, but I don't think we'll see a large move post delivery numbers 2nd of July. I don't barring Tesla coming out and hitting 300,000 or something crazy, or coming under 200, some wide mark, something very surprising. I think if it comes under, Tesla has that ability to say look, this is what happened, which I think is fair. Tesla slightly beats, then great. But I don't think it'll make too much of a difference. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe we'll see the January 2nd effect again. Who remembers January 2nd, first trading day of the year? Tesla at $1,200. So there's that. And let me pull up here. There we go. Okay. Yeah. Michael says, I ordered an Austin long-range Model Y last November, and I just received a VIN assignment for a Fremont car. When I refused the VIN, because you wanted a Texas car, they kept my deposit and canceled. Really? When was that? Or how much was the deposit again? $100, something like that? That's interesting. Did you specifically say you wanted a Texas car and then they canceled it, or did they even ask you? It's interesting. Art World says, are investors like inventors? Not at all. investors are nothing like, in my opinion, the real heroes of the world, if there are any, are entrepreneurs. People that go out, create, risk take, innovate. Entrepreneurs are the real. I think being an investor is like almost overrated. You want to be out there creating, putting, poking the world, like Steve Jobs says, and it'll poke back at you. Deposit is 250. Okay. That sucks. Sorry to hear that. Art says, I'm an inventor. Oh, that's awesome. Ye says, investors are the supportive friend, nothing more. Yeah, no kidding. You specifically asked for the Austin car. Yeah, interesting. So I guess I guess that shows you like their wait list is so far long that they're like, whatever. Like, I don't even care. We'll just take this guy's deposit and run. That sucks. Maybe reach back out and see. I mean, I'm sure you have. Boyle says, I drank too many all-day IPAs since January 2nd to remember. Farzad, how's it going, my friend? Farzad in the chat. Okay, so 731 sitting on Tesla. Let's pull up the options order flow in a second here. As I try to get my juju out of my throat. I'll eat another one. That'll help. Okay. One sec. Let me just sign into the options order flow here. So we're going to play our Tesla closing price guessing game in about 5-ish minutes. But let's do Hot Take Friday. Let's do Hot Take Friday. Give me your Tesla related, tangential. In fact, it can be anything. Okay? Let's open it up. Next 5 minutes, let's do Hot Take Friday. Throw your hot take. Try to keep it PG so I can read it out. And I'll see what we can agree, disagree, whatever it is. So it could be Elon related, Tesla related, whatever it is. Maybe I'll start it off. My Hot Take Friday. Interesting. Hold on. My hot take. Hold on 1 second. Okay, please don't spam the chat, shall we? Okay. My Hot Take Friday is bananas are overrated. Don't like bananas. I was eating a banana today, and I was like, "Why? Who invented this?" I don't know. That's my Hot Take Friday. Is that hot? That's pretty lukewarm. I don't like bananas. I was eating that today, and I was like, "What? Nah, no." Okay. Nick says, hot take, Austin needs to ramp to 1 million 4680s per day. Well, yeah, they're at that per month right now. And how many cars is that translation? That translates to how many cars? Clearly not enough. But yeah, I don't even think that's a hot take, my friend. That's a pretty cold take. That has to happen. Rob says, hot take, sanitation workers, garbage men and women are the real heroes. I agree with that. I mean, that, and we were talking about truck drivers last week. I agree. I think truck drivers as well, you can throw into that. Farzad says bananas are fire. Wow. Hadouken, how's it going? Yeah, oatmeal too. Yeah, I mean, oatmeal. I have some time of day for oatmeal. But yeah. Cold says, hot take, Tesla should stop selling cars in a few years. Okay, now this is actually a hot take that we'll have to discuss here. So I'm guessing you're talking about robo-taxis. And so if Tesla does solve level 5, if Tesla does solve some of these comments, if Tesla does solve level 5, that makes sense, right? I'm guessing that's what you're going towards, right? Tommy says, I eat 2 to 3 bananas a day. Hey, nothing against anyone that eats bananas. I don't need the banana gang coming after me. Okay, that's not the point of my hot take. All right, hold on. Let me just down a juju for that. It's not that I hate bananas, but they're just so overrated. Like, why does everyone love bananas? I don't know. John says, hot take, white is the best Tesla color. That's a hot take. I vehemently disagree. I think matte black is the best. Well, I guess matte's not a color, but I think black is the best Tesla color. It's my hot take. Boyle says, hot take, Trevor Milton invented bananas. Okay. Don't even get me started on pineapple on pizza. You guys are talking about pineapples again. Okay. Wait, where's the okay, where was the model? Hold on, there was actually like a Tesla related one here. American says, hot take, Tesla should add a Tesla's FSD saved me feature that a user can click. Tesla then uses the footage of the FSD saving the human driver. A lot of people won't believe it, to be fair. You know, by the way, there's a great on that topic, there's a great Twitter account. What's it called? Emmett showed it to me. It's Tesla Saves Live, something like that. Tesla Saves. Okay, it's at Saved Tesla. Go check them out. At Saved Tesla. It's just footage of Tesla saving car accidents. Okay. Oh god. Yeah, Wham Bam Tesla Cam is good too. Yeah, they have a good YouTube channel. Awesome. By the way, hit subscribe if you're new here. We're trying to hit 20,000 subscribers. Could use your help. So if you haven't already, even if you hate me, consider still hitting subscribe. Jasper says, hot take, Tesla needs a PR team. Oh, now this is a soft spot for a lot of people. For, against, it's kind of a gong show. I try not to argue about this. I tweeted it out last weekend. I feel like if I start talking about the PR team, we're not going to get to our Tesla closing price guessing game, which we're going to get to now. 732.94 sitting on Tesla. Let's play Tesla closing price guessing game that we play every single Friday on Power Hour. Throw in the chat your one guess of Tesla closing price for the day. I remember Price is Right rules. Try to guess on the cent. If you're at or under, you can win. If you're over by even a penny, you don't qualify. And throw that in the chat. And let's see who wins today. My guess is, I'm going to throw out a guess now, just so no one, a couple weeks back, someone's like, you're cheating, you're waiting. And then you're getting a better educated guess. If you're curious, volume weighted average price for the day is $7.29. I'm going to say we close, and high of day is $7.36. $7.38 is high of day. I'm going to say we close at $7.40. $7.40 on the dot. That's my guess. Oh, a lot of guesses in here today. Hold on, let me just make sure I can save all these guesses. All right, good. You guys know I don't want to lose these guesses. Okay. Some wild guesses in here. Someone guessed 1,200. 769. Man, you guys are bullish today. I guess that Russell news has gotten everyone excited for quite the pump into the close. We've got 15 minutes here. I mean, anything can happen, technically speaking. Jason, how's it going? See you in the chat here. Farzad guessing 735.55. Tesla currently sitting at 733.06. A lot of people in that kind of range. We'll see where we go. Okay, hold on one sec here. Okay, let's look at the options order flow, shall we? Where's this Chrome page? Okay, so options order flow for the day. You guys know I like to get on the bottom of the page. Remember, this is TradyTix. I have an affiliate link in the chat if you want to check them out. So check this out. June 21st, 2024, 1,100 strike, 4 orders for $6.75 million. Now, yes, it's a huge amount of volume and it is all out the money. It's not a huge amount of orders, mind you. But, I mean, 2 years out, 1,100 strike, $6.75 million call bet. So for next week's option chain, we have 720 strikes coming in, 17 orders. And for this week, 730, 110 orders. And I think this was around yesterday as well. So I think this is a little bit older. On the put side, we predominantly have one massive put order, and that's for 62 orders at 730 strike. And I'm thinking maybe that's some sort of a spread here with the calls. So other than the 1,100 strike, I don't see anything imminently huge. for next week. But remember, all this changes as we approach the close here. And hey, who remembers last Friday when I said keep an eye on the flow, and we were seeing 720 strike, 730 strike on close yesterday or last Friday. It was a clear indicator as to what was going to happen next week. So as we sit here, we're seeing 800 strikes come in for next week. 800 strikes here as well. Folks, we're seeing a lot of call sweeps somewhere at the bid. So we'll keep an eye on this as we progress. All right. Let's see here. George says, how do you feel about this rally? Next week, will we continue? I think GDP is the 28th. Let's pull up the GDP actually here. How do I feel about the rally? I mean, I would hardly call this a huge rally. I don't know, you didn't call it that. But the Atlanta GDP Fed, or the GDP Now estimate, I think we're seeing an update soon here in the next couple of days. It's at 0% GDP for growth. I don't know. What I think we need, this market, of course, everyone would love a rally. And we're getting 734 here. But I think what we really need, if we zoom out to the daily graph or even the weekly, I think what we need is just a flatlining, a basing of price action. No more massive movements up or down, just consistent price action that's being bought up, sold into, with no real sell side or buy side bias, to get these levels to be to almost marinate these levels. Because if you look at the volume, all the averages here, let me pull this up. I don't know why I only have one of them actually up here. Let me pull up the 10, 20, 30, 60, 120. Let's change this to the 9. Let's change this to the 21. I don't know who changed all of this stuff. 100 and then 150, and let's do 200 day. Actually, let's do 100, 200, 300 day moving averages. So you look at the moving averages. I mean, yeah, we have some room on the upside to go for sure. To 791 is kind of our 50 moving average. But I think basing here, consistently seeing like price action bought up, like no one really knows. Okay, are we going to dip back in the 600s, in the 500s, as the Fed continues to hike rates? So I think what we need more than a rally, like if we get a rally, 200-point rally in the market, I don't think that does much to relieve long-term pressure. As if we get a 2-month steadying, consistent, small percent appreciation, because I think that bodes more well for consumer confidence. My opinion. Yeah, tough to say where we'd be without. I mean, there's so many derivative effects of the war, a million of them. I don't know. I mean, I guess the real question is if there's no war, what is the price of oil and gas? Let's see here. Yeah, DRK says we need a foundation to move up. Yeah, exactly. That's kind of what I'm looking at, to be fair. Quentin says, what's your estimate for quarter 2 deliveries? I don't really do estimates. I leave that to kind of the Whoa. 735. Hold on. Give me a slice. Whoa. Okay. My 740 guess isn't looking too stupid anymore, hey? Okay, I don't really know what's happening here. Looks like we want to rally into close. Remember, a $5 move now all of a sudden seems like $1 million. I don't really do estimates to answer your question, Quentin. I don't really do estimates for deliveries, like with an Excel spreadsheet or anything. I kind of leave that to the professionals. Troy Teslike is really good with that. Rob Maurer is really awesome with his projections as well. I kind of leave it to them. I kind of look around, see where everyone's at, and kind of just base my guess based on that. So, yeah, I don't try to pretend like I know all the supply chain logistics and all that sort of stuff, and try to. I mean, if you want to guess, the street consensus I think is 242. Or no, that was Dan Levy, and I think the street's at 280. I would say maybe like 250. There we go. You guys are saying this is the Russell. All right. Oh, yes, Tesla economist as well. How can I forget him? Yeah, Tesla economist, Lee, been on the channel a couple times. 2 or 3 times now. Friend of the show. Lee's awesome as well. There we go. 735.50. Matt says, I like Farzad's $300,000 deliveries hot take. That would be massive. Like that, I think that would qualify as a massive. Hey, Danny, thanks for the $10 super chat donation. Hello from Hong Kong. Thank you, my friend. Appreciate it. I will eat a slice. I will open a new Juju for you. Russell Tussle. Yeah, exactly. All right, so we're seeing some volatility come up here. If you look at volume as well, I mean, we're seeing elevated levels of volume here. We would normally see on any random minute 50,000 shares ish. Now we're seeing 268,000, 240,000. We're seeing a lot of volume pick up here. So let's see where we go. All right, 7 more minutes. Here we go. Marcus says, any guesses for when FSD will be wide release? It makes a lot of mistakes, but as an ADAS, it seems good enough already. Thoughts? Yeah, I full self-driving, like the entire, or I guess you said beta release. The way Elon's saying it, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised by end of the year. We're seeing a lot of progress. I'll guess maybe spring of next year. That's my guess. Add a little bit. Yeah. I really have to try FSD beta. By the way, shout out to, maybe I won't say their name. Shout out to someone who messaged me on Twitter, who lives locally, who's going to give me an FSD beta ride. I think next week. So maybe I'll get some clips of that. Maybe I'll do like a post beta live stream or something. I don't know. But I'm really excited to finally try FSD beta next week. Excited about that. Laurie, thank you for the super chat with the mustache as well. Thank you. Yeah, a lot of rebalancing apparently happening at close here today. So remember, 740 was my guess. Yeah, Dylan Loomis, Electrified. Dylan has awesome content as well. Yeah, I'm excited for FSD beta. I'm really excited. I'm excited because I'm kind of used to autopilot. I don't want to say it doesn't impress me, but I'm kind of gotten used to it. So yeah, I kind of gotten used to it. But the FSD beta, that's what I'm really excited to see, especially in like local areas that I drive in. That I'd just be curious on how it would handle it. Don't forget the bucket hat for the drive, Dan, my friend. You were right. By the way, shout out to the 4 people that bought bucket hats last Friday's stream. I don't know who you are because remember, for privacy, I don't think they actually tell me. Wait, why do I even have headphones on? I'm not listening to anything. But when you get your bucket hat, please take a photo, take a selfie.
You're awesome.
Extra trend. Hey, thank you, my friend. Appreciate the donation. Happy Friday to you. Thanks for the $20 super chat. The bucket hat is good luck, folks. 736. Okay. Remember, this is a rally cap. The idea from the bucket hat, by the way, stemmed from you guys last summer when we were rallying. And one day I wore my black bucket hat and you guys said I needed a Juju Gang bucket hat. So hence, put 2 and 2 together. Gary, how's it going? It'll be a hot weekend. Yes, sir. John says, seems like Dave Lee has disappeared lately. I think Dave's like traveling and busy out with his family. Enjoying summer, right? Dan Levy talking Tesla on, he is. Pull it up.
Their prior experience in EVs. We cut the price target because there is a discount rate component to our valuation. Obviously, rates are rising. So that's really what drove the cut to our price target. But we still think attractive upside ahead. And there's still a lot of growth here. We think this is the best leverage story to EVs in our coverage.
Ooh.
Pretty bullish. Dan Levy. Dan, thank you, from Credit Suisse. Dan, it's up 13% this week. It's had a good week. It's still significantly off the highs, about 40% on Tesla. What say you?
Yeah, so if you look at the last few quarters, Sarah, Elon Musk usually sends out a rah-rah email talking about how difficult the quarter has been, and if we really kind of hunker down, we can make the quarter. He's done that basically every quarter for the last 3 or 4, and the stock usually rallies off of that. So we're rallying a little bit after being down more than 45% at its lows just a couple weeks ago, and I suspect it continues to rally into quarter end. Then we're going to get deliveries. I'm not nearly as optimistic as Dan Levy, but I don't look at the company the same way he does. I think they had a really bad week. I think that kind of money furnace comment that he made about the Gigafactory in Austin and Shanghai, and not to mention what's going on in Berlin, I'm not sure it's the thing that a lot of investors think that they feel comfortable about paying for a $750 billion market cap company. I get it. It's a levered play towards EVs. I think there's a lot of competition, and I got to tell you, I think there's issues with China demand ultimately, and also how much demand do you think is happening out of that Berlin? And to me, I just don't think it's a great story right now, and I think Elon Musk seems to be very distracted with what's going on with Dogecoin, with Twitter, and whatever else is going on.
Well, that's never stopped him before, or the stock. Dan, final thought here as we go into the close, and it's going to be about the NASDAQ, because that is what's doing the best right now. It's up more than 3%. It's also what's done the worst, off almost 30% from the highs. We also have the Russell rebalance after the close, where Meta, Netflix, and PayPal actually moved to the value index while their weightings in the growth index decline. So it's a decision from Russell there on valuation metrics. Do you buy some of these names?
I think you do. I think that's a really bullish sign that they're going from this kind of growth quadrant to a value quadrant. It tells you about just how much these stocks have come down. Sarah, in the market zone, the last couple times I think that I've been on with you, I've been picking at the NASDAQ because you get the concentration of the big names that make up 50% of the weight, and then you get dozens of stocks that are down 40, 50, 60%. So I bought some Meta yesterday. I love that Mark Zuckerberg interview with Jim Cramer. I also bought some PayPal last month, some Snap last month.
All right, let's move on. There's no more Tesla talking here. We've got a minute left here till close, 7:36. Mimi says, I want that hat. Posters is so damn expensive. Mimi, shoot me a message on Discord. If you haven't already, use coupon code Juju. This goes for everyone. Feel free to use coupon code Juju on the site. Maybe there's something I could do with European. Maybe there's a European section I can open up. But let me look into that for you. Gary says, Juju merch coming soon. It's already out, my friend. Gary, go to nicejuju.com. Yeah, his comments about competition is coming and all this stuff. Yeah. I don't know. Facebook, no comment. Okay, 7:37. 7:37. Folks, we're rallying to close here. There we go. All right, 7:37.12. Sitting on Tesla to close the day. Let's see who won our Tesla. Can someone confirm if that, in fact, is our closing price? It likes to change on me sometimes. Hold on. Let's pull it up here. 7:37. 7:37. Let's see who guessed 7:37. So RoboPilot guessed 7:37 on the dot. 7:37. Let me just pull this up. I told you guys I'm going to have to open up a Google sheet or something to get a better way to find the winner. So RoboPilot guessed 7:37 on the dot. Colt guessed 7:37.69. Nice. A little bit over there, my friend, so you can't win. And Scooter guessed 7:37.56. So our winner today for Virtual Juju, which I'll send to you, RoboPilot, is RoboPilot, guessing 7:37 on the dot. That's the damn Price is Right rules. That's the Price is Right rules coming at you. Boyle says, how long do we wait until the final closing cross to finalize? I think it should be done. It's pretty instant. Maybe like a minute or two to settle, but on Chrome, I can see it is 12. Yeah, 7:37.12. Sean says, okay, I'm buying some merch. Thank you, Sean. Appreciate it. Folks, if you buy merch, I appreciate you. It helps support the channel, of course. But send me a photo if you want tweet at me, and I'll love to retweet it. And I think that's awesome. But use coupon code Juju. If you're listening to this, if you're a Patreon member or channel member, shoot me a message. But coupon code Juju should get you 10% off. Hopefully it's still active. Yeah, good close to the week. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, great close to the week. 7:30, and we're down a little bit after hours, but 7:37, our weekly candle. Here's the good news, folks. Last week, I complained about us losing the 100-week moving average. We have actually reclaimed it. And so for us to continue, move to the upside. Oh, I didn't look at I promised you guys to look at the options flow. A lot of puts for next week. 700 strike, 700 strike. A lot of calls being sold as well. Puts at 700. Okay, so if I were to predict Monday, I predict we probably gap down Monday, judging by the options flow. That's just my guess, looking at the options flow right now. This is only short expiration stuff. Remember last Friday when I was looking at the options flow, we were just seeing 700, 720 strike, 730 strike. That was when Tesla was in the 600s, right? So interesting. And yeah, a little bit of call action right at the end here, but predominantly speaking, calls being sold, puts being bought. So guessing we probably have some sort of a gap down to start the week. Much love. Gary says, let's set up the Patreon party soon. Yes. Okay. So if you're watching here till the end and you live in Vancouver and you're free end of July, I haven't set a date yet. I know I'm an idiot. I need to set a date and I will. Hey, Anonymous bought a, hey, it's connected. Thank you, Anonymous. I guess the name doesn't pop through. Hey, that's pretty cool. I didn't even know it did that. Okay. But if you live in Vancouver, shoot me a message on Twitter. If you're on Patreon or channel membership, shoot me a message on Discord if you want to join. We're thinking about doing like a get-together dinner of some sort, just to hang out essentially with the Juju gang. Very casual. We don't know where it'll be yet, but somewhere locally as well. Hey, Sean, that was you. Appreciate it, Sean. Hit me up on Twitter. We don't know where it'll be yet. We don't know when it'll be. What am I saying? It'll be towards the end of July, and it'll be at some sort of restaurant. Apparently, Gary can hook us up. So that'll be cool. Awesome. Much love. Oh, Michael said I live in South Van. Oh, Seattle. For a second, I actually thought you meant South Van. That's a whole neighborhood here. Yeah, I should do that. All right. Much love, everyone. Take care. As I say every Friday on every stream, unplug. Don't look at your portfolio. Stock market's not changing this weekend. Put the news away. Try to detox a little bit. Spend time with family, friends, do whatever you want to recoup, re-energize, and have an awesome weekend. Rain, shine here. It's going to be hot. It's going to be like 30 degrees here. And I'm really excited. Much love. Take care, everyone. Thanks for joining me on another awesome, successful Friday Power Hour live stream. Hit subscribe on your way out. Follow me on Twitter if you want, at HeyIt'sYashu. Join Patreon if you'd like or not. But much love. Take care. Be well, everyone. And have an awesome weekend. Take care. And maybe I'll have content out as well. If we get some sort of breaking news, get something worth me wanting to put out a video on, it'll be out. So hit the bell if you want as well. Take care, everyone. Thanks, everyone. Peace.